What is up, guys? It is TheCitrusPanda today. I'm coming at you with a review for episode 3 of World Trigger. Let's do this. Alright, so I'm in a different location today. I'm actually in my kitchen, switching up the scenery. Why not? Usually I do these in my room. New haircut, new location, sure. Alright, so this episode, before we get a review on this episode, I want to apologize for the inconvenience of uploading this review a week later. Now, what happened is that last Saturday, so like this Saturday, there wasn't an episode that aired. Like episode 4 just didn't air. Now, my understanding was that 2 Saturdays ago, so whenever episode 3 came out, so it would have been like 2 Saturdays ago, that's when I thought there wasn't an episode. So whenever it got to Saturday on this Saturday, I was like, well, where's episode 3? Because I thought episode 3 was coming out. Little did I know that episode 4 was scheduled to come out next Saturday and not this Saturday. So I was all mixed up. I ended up watching episode 3 on Monday, which was yesterday, and today's Tuesday, so I'm making a review today. So, in this episode, it's actually pretty interesting, and this is about where I got to in the manga. Now, a little bit farther, but pretty much by next episode, so episode 4, I will be caught up to the whole entire anime will be caught up past where the manga is in the first volume. The manga's on, like, chapter 50-something, so it's clearly past. But, one thing I want to address is the animation of the show really quick, and this is a review for, like, all the episodes. A lot of people say it's pretty bad. I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's that good, but in general, I don't think it's like the worst thing ever. I've seen a lot worse, and I think that this is alright. I don't have a problem with it. I never really even noticed it that much until some of the parts, and also when people pointed it out. But I don't think it's that bad, in my honest opinion, and it's pretty interesting, so I don't think the animation matters, but not as much as a lot of the other factors that go into me liking an anime. Okay, so in this episode, there is Osamu, and he is going up to fight the Marmods, or Marmods, whatever you want to call them. They are Tryon soldiers, and these are high-ranking Tryon soldiers. Now, Kuga actually tells him, straight up, he says, even if you had 20 of yourself, you could kill them, but 18 of yourself would probably die. Like, there is no way, shape, or form that Osamu is going to be able to take these guys out, and Yuga grew up on the planet with all the neighbors, quote-unquote, and he's hardened with battle experience. He knows these types of things. He knows for a fact that Osamu can't win. But Osamu's, with bravery, or even if you call it bravery, I think it's more like stupid bravery. It's kind of like the typical protagonist of a lot of anime who have this strong sense of justice to do what is right even if they can't do it. And unfortunately for Osamu, he doesn't pull through with the power of friendship or super abilities. He actually does get beat, which is a little bit of a bypass into a different kind of shonen outlook. You see, in all a shonen anime, and this is true for a lot of them, people, and mostly the protagonists, will go into a situation that is almost impossible. That is, they're going to lose. Like, they know they're going to lose going into it, but somehow, some way they win. And it's just typical for shonen to go that way, but it actually shows that Osamu is just simply not powerful. There's no sleight of hand, there's no special tricks up his sleeve. He's just trying to be good. He's trying to be the hero, but he can't. And I hope that later on in the series, as he gets better, becomes a better border agent, he'll be able to actually become a hero and actually be able to save people. Now, an interesting thing to note, that after Yuga came up, after Osamu almost got killed by the Marmods, Yuga comes up and is going to use his trigger. He's going to make quick work of him that way. But Yuma does use a shield, and he shields some of the blades of the Marmods. I'm not really sure what that is. I thought the shield was part of his trigger. So how is he using the shield? I think the shield was maybe just built into him, like he can just do it. Kind of like how whenever he gets hit by cars and stuff, that doesn't really affect him. I think that's along the same lines. I don't think it's built into a trigger. I think it's just part of him. Like, I think he can just do it by command. Or it's the little thing that follows him around, Replica. I think maybe Replica does it. Replica makes the shields. Anyway, he saves Osamu's life, and after that, he proceeds to take, Osamu's trigger, and then fight them with a training trigger. Now, it's completely different in the hands of Yuga, and he beats the Marmods pretty easily, one slice each, they're both done. Now, Osamu gets explained to by Replica, who's just this handy little guy who gives a bunch of exposition, and he's well-placed, I kind of like him. He kind of explains how everybody has different Tryon levels. It's an invisible gland and I think it's below the heart, it's supposed to be below the heart. It's like an invisible gland, and it gives you Trion levels. Now, Trion, depending on how much Trion you are putting out, depends on the power of the triggers. So since Yuga, it has so much Trion in his system, he was easily able to make a better trigger, even though it was still a training one. He beats them, and obviously Yuga can't claim, that he actually did this, and since Osamu is a border agent, he goes ahead and Yuga's going around telling everybody, he's like acting it out, he's like, oh, he was jumping over here, he was slicing these things here, he did it all himself, and, Yuga's trying to spread the word across, like, people, like, Osamu's doing this and Osamu's doing that, when Osamu really didn't do anything other than basically get beat down. But there is an interesting point to put here, is that, they didn't put it in the anime, but they put it in the manga, and I think they might have put it in the anime. I don't know, in a roundabout way they did. Osamu still saved people. Yuga didn't really technically save anybody. I mean, Yuga saved Osamu, but Osamu saved a lot more people. Whenever the Marmot was climbing up onto the roof and Osamu hit him with the sword, it didn't kill him, it didn't even probably hurt it. It just baffled it. I don't even know if that's the right word to use it. It surprised the Marmot, probably, fell off, and it was going to come back up, but he saved those children, or his peers. And then the big one, he was going to stay behind. So he did save the majority of his classmates. He did what he promised to do to save his classmates. But Yuga had to come save him, so, I mean, that's the idea, though. He still saved a lot of people. Yuga didn't save all those people, technically speaking. So, after this, Squad A, which is another squad of border agents, I can't think of their names off the top of my head, but it's an older guy who actually has, not children, he has a brother and sister that goes to the same school. We've got a woman who's, right tight to the rolls. She's ready to go. Rolls are here. She's not going to go any farther than that. And then there is the one, another kid that just kind of like sits there. He's got a kind of like this blank kind of expression on his face. He's cool. In the manga, I actually really liked him. He was probably like one of my favorite characters. Just by seeing him, I'm like, that guy's cool. Now, anyway, regardless of all this stuff, the girl is saying we shouldn't praise people for breaking the rules. The one up, like the captain of the team, is just saying how, thanks for saving my brother and my sister, but this girl's not having any of it. The other kid that's with them that I think is awesome is just not even doing anything at all. And that's where the episode ended pretty much, and that's all that happened in this episode. So, until next time, see you guys later.